wonderful people all around the world. Welcome to what? You don't like that either? God damn it.
No, it's better.
Okay, it was a little better. Okay. Welcome, guys, to another episode of Horrible Decisions. I am your girl, Mandii B, a.k.a. Full Court Pumps, a.k.a. Pet the Stallion, a.k.a. Mandy Baskins, a.k.a. that bitch. And, oh yeah, I'm back, baby. You see the acrylic nails? We back in full effect. Y'all ain't gonna hear about me liking no nigga no more. I'm gonna have all the hoes. Okay.
Oh my
Hey, and I am joined by Weezy, WTF.
Why are you saying I sound like that?
That's
You
how
do.
you sound.
A little bit.
Right? Thank you, Ian. That's how you sound.
Ain't nothing wrong with
And
it.
I am Weezy.
Someone told me I have white girl diction, but in a black girl tonality.
That's real as fuck.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't really know what that means. But yeah.
It means you biracial. Okay. I mean,
Pretty much.
which?
Okay. My name is Weezy. Yes, I am asthmatic. And we are joined by some of you may have heard his ads on our show before, or maybe on a Patreon episode. A fan of Horrible Decisions who is now a friend of mine and hoping Mandii can get into some stocks, child. Because I think you'll like him.
I mean, Troy is getting me in there.
Hey, shout out
Yeah,
to my
me and
guy.
Troy talk often. Shout out to
my
EYL.
guy. Yeah,
shout out
the guy.
to Earn Your Leisure. And I know we talked briefly, but then we were supposed to do drinks and you just acted like you got too busy to pull up. So he was being
I'm here
real
now.
light skinned. He was being
Damn.
real
He
light
does have
skinned.
light skin tendencies. He loves to
I'm
send a
tapping
voice
into my
memo.
Zulu shit now, though. I'm gonna be a little.
Just don't do the
tapped
squinty
in.
eyes.
No, I
okay?
ain't gonna do that.
Don't do the squinty eyes on here. But yeah, did
So-
we introduce him?
Yes,
Oh.
Ian Dunlap, the master investor. Tell us about the projects you're on, where people may have known you from.
You may see me on Market Mondays with Earn Your Leisure. Shout out Troy and Rashad. Working on Unfiltered with you. Shout out Wayno, Alex, you, and I got a couple other projects coming out that people,
I sure do know.
yeah, they'll be excited about pretty soon. So
You know, a little bit of
Stay
wealth
tuned.
talk, I heard.
a little bit,
But-
help people get the bag.
We're not here to talk about stocks today. On Patreon, he did give us some stock tips, but Ian is a daddy. And maybe,
Duh. These niggas be daddies at like 12.
yeah, that's true. But
Not I, but
Okay.
I thought it
I'll
would be
wait.
cool to talk about just being a single dad, conversation with your children. Like we talk about it with women so often, so it was just like, why not? And I think we've even talked about doing this episode before, but then when Ian came to town, I was like, this is perfect. So here's the icebreakers I have for you, which you won't
You
like.
better be ready.
But
you about to start hot, right?
Oh, of course she
That
is.
shit.
the
Oh, you missed
last
it.
time you came, how was it?
And it wasn't
from-
not the last
was
time
it-
you came here.
Okay.
The last time you ejaculated out of your dick.
Thank you so much.
Baby.
Ejaculate. If you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, ejaculate. Was it in someone's mouth, in your hand, from a porn? Tell us about that moment.
This what we doing for real?
Yes,
Starting off hot?
Absolutely.
Yes, welcome to Horrible Decisions. This
Shout out to Bay. Bay did her thing. I know she don't want me to go too crazy, but yeah, it was amazing. I'll say that.
So it wasn't from a porn.
No.
So now that you're in a, well, not now that you're in a relationship, but like being in a relationship, do you watch porn often, or is it like on your off?
Yeah, I'll still watch you.
What's the thing you search?
Latina, big ass, stepbrother.
Stepbrother.
Oh,
Yeah,
you watch
several.
incest?
Yeah, watch some everything.
Why stepbrother?
Is that considered incest? Not really, because it's through marriage and shit, right?
Yeah.
Nah, because you be trying to.
Don't do that.
Incest is when you talk about fucking people with their fathers.
But they wouldn't be fucking each other. I would just be in the middle.
Bro, that's so.
Is that incest? If technically they're both just having sex
Technically.
with me? Oh, but it is a threesome.
Yeah.
A threesome.
My bad. Okay.
So wait. Stepbrother. Are you a stepbrother?
No.
But
It's
you
just a category that just comes up. Just like whatever.
It just comes up.
You
No,
must
nigga.
like the acting scenes.
Yeah, the acting's fantastic. That's what I'm going for. Yeah.
Why? What do they say? What's your? Okay,
No. I mean, it's not like a rhyme or reason to it. Like, I don't be like, oh, I don't have like a favorites or catalog or like collection of shit saved. It's like,
I have
whatever
been
comes
looking up weird shit though.
Like what?
Like what?
Babysitters.
That's not
That ain't
weird.
bad.
It ain't as bad as stepbrother, but
I know. Listen,
Babysitter
we gonna
not weird.
pull up your log of what you look at on YouPorn.
Oh, I have no shame. Bukkake, Ebony Teen Gangbang, because they just only because they be like smaller and like tinier and innocenter looking. Like, because I like girls that are subs, so I only type in teen because they normally have to play the act up of
Gotcha.
like being a sub.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's difficult to find porn where I feel like a girl is in a gangbang and totally subbing out if it's not rough. Because I can't handle when they're like too If someone's too rough with black girls in porn, it ruins me. Remember when Freddie Gibbs said I got Black Lives Matter pussy?
Yeah.
That's funny. Shout out Gibbs.
It's true. It's true.
that's
I
funny.
do get really, I'd be like in the middle of it, I'd be like, oh, this is racist. I can't.
Only you.
But the babysitter shit, I do like, probably because that's the life I want to live. I want like a cute little babysitter that's in college, and she's just like, oh, thanks for the extra money this week.
Oh, you want to take advantage of your babysitter? Is that what it kind of
Take
sounds?
advantage. If I want her to fuck me too, but like, yeah.
How old though?
She said college.
Oh, okay.
College.
Yeah.
And I only
You got to just start at college. It can be nothing else.
I do like the backstory of it. You know
I
what I'm
ain't
saying?
watching for no fucking backstory.
So then what you just said, you like the acting in the Step Brother.
That's the little bullshit I put on top of it. Let me do my thing.
Do you ever
I do
watch
like
acting?
the acting.
I
I love it. I told you that's why I really liked when Lisa Ann came on, because she's normally like a realtor and the moving men come and gangbanger and shit. Like, she's a really good actor though. But that's also
so you
why
don't have down payment, but do you have DP for me?
you know what I mean? Like, I do like acting. However, now, and I think I mentioned this, I'm really, and maybe because it's the OnlyFans culture, I really like amateur porn now. But like, it's getting in the summertime, and I do like to do it by date.
I don't know where this is
I
going.
do not want to see your motherfucking floor ceiling, the floor fan in the porn, because now I know the room is hot.
You don't like poor porn?
I don't like when the environment just looks messy. Like, I don't watch niggas fuck on mattresses on the floor. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's
get a
trash.
frame.
Yeah.
But it still looks cool. But it's still just like, no. Like, do some decor somewhere. Like, I've literally
Here's
watched
a plan.
I have literally watched porns where they have sheets as curtains over the windows.
That's
Because them the
wild.
niggas that need
It's the-
extra cash.
But it's some niggas that got them big old dicks, but they just homeless
no
right now.
money.
They homeless
Yeah.
right now. So they showcasing it so they can get a home.
What's that, hobosexuals?
Clearly homosexual.
Yeah.
My homegirl told me that she was watching some hood porn the other day. I was like,
I like the
what's,
hood porn,
What's the hood
bitch.
porn? And she's like, you can tell it's like a gangbang initiation. She was like, but I try to zoom in just to make sure the girl's consenting. I was like, well, good for you, bitch.
Yeah, and it's real hood porn because they still go to the motels with the like flowered sheets and wallpaper.
Right.
And I'd be like, bitch, y'all couldn't have just all collectively gotten a better hotel room to do this scene in.
Motel
fair.
6 on the
Yeah,
Kingston.
it'd be bad.
I will tell you, bro. Eddie and I were like, whenever I'm in LA, I'm normally staying at hotels, and Eddie from For Fact's Sake will come and we'll record together. And he always has equipment. And he was like, dude, every time I come to your hotel room, I feel like people think we're about to shoot a fucking porn.
100%. Because that's what they do in LA.
Right.
Yeah.
So he left his camera equipment at Soho House the last time I stayed there. He said he came back and he said they were so rude. He's like, they probably thought we were making porn, bro.
Damn,
but it
valid.
makes sense. The last time that we went to record, I was on a guest on a podcast, and I remembered like having a bag in my room, and they were like, well, what are you filming? Da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, like it's just a YouTube thing. It's just content. Are you sure it's YouTube? So at
Damn,
first I
seriously?
thought
Yeah.
that they were talking about like a feature film.
Film, because you need to.
But then I realized like the bitch I was with, she looked
Thought
like
she
a
was a
little hoe.
hoe. Yeah.
oh.
And so did I.
I was about to say, bitch, don't act like it was just the girl you were with. Look at you.
It's hot girl summer out there.
You
Wow.
look like a hoe.
You told me I look like a lesbian sometimes.
So you look like a lesbian hoe, bitch.
I meant by the clothes.
I mean,
Okay.
you eating
Would
coochie?
y'all ever do porn?
Nah.
nah.
Not my lane.
No. Yeah.
But I don't shade the girls.
I mean, I would fuck a porn star,
Gotcha.
but I ain't.
Would
you ain't.
you?
Nah, hell no.
Would you, if you ended up, let's say, ever dating a porn star in your life?
I'm good on that.
Why?
I couldn't do that. I think that's lame to a certain degree.
Why is it lame?
I wouldn't do that. It's just not what I'm into.
Well, if you did,
Okay.
and she was anonymous,
Okay.
and she just needed your anonymous dick. Do you know Leo and Leia, whatever, the white couple?
You know, I don't know white people. No.
They're like really,
something.
really.
I
like,
don't know many.
They go crazy on Twitter. Like even black people be retweeting them. That's how I be seeing them. Because I don't really have white porn stars on my Twitter either. But maybe even Be Nasty put them on my shit. But they don't show their faces. They do really elaborate porn and like on the Amazon forest, like all.
But
kinds
we
of shit.
talked about that. We wouldn't even be able to do that. Like, I can't even give a hand job because of my tattoos.
But-
Like, I have too much ink to do anonymous porn.
I was thinking to myself, like, if I had no tattoos, would I ever do it? And I feel like I'd have a dead giveaway.
well, I did tell you I was gonna do it back when I was talking to Lawyer Bay.
Oh, with the
want-
Superman costume?
Yeah, he wanted to do like Comic-Con type shit. And I said, I don't mind dressing up like Wonder Woman with a hole in the crotch area for you to fuck me, because I knew it would cover up all my tattoos. I'd have a mask on. I was ready. So I would probably do it that way, actually. But I don't know how
Even
much.
right now.
Yeah, but I don't know how much my ass would jiggle in latex.
You were talking about doing your feet porn with the dick.
Oh yeah, I would do like right now.
Foot job.
I would 100% get foot jobs on OnlyFans. But I don't have my OnlyFans anymore because, bitch, I have 3 pods. I'm doing all this other shit. Like,
You have no time.
people don't understand either. Like, I was just talking to a guy porno star, but then he let me know right now he doesn't have sex outside of work. Not that I was trying to. We were just having a conversation. But he was like, we were talking about it, and he was like commending me on like all the stuff we do. He was like, you be putting in work. I said, nigga, so do you. I watch it. But also, like, shooting that content for even OnlyFans shit is just as complicated as when you do Master Investor. We do Horrible Decisions, our other podcast. That OnlyFans shit is a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the foot shit, it's just too much work. Even though, shout out Mr. Photographer, he willing to still do it. And I'm like, nah, it's too much work for me to upkeep.
It is.
I gotta
He's
post-
willing to film you with another dick? What a nice person.
That cut down some of the work time. It's
Because
lucrative,
I
though.
asked him if I was like, he features in some of it, so that's why I was curious. I'm like, oh, he doing other dicks, not just.
Oh, yeah, no, I think he wanted his dick, which is why I was like, no, I would want another dick. I would want one
I'm
of my dick.
sure he wanted his dick, Mandii. I'm sure.
You're sure I wanted whose dick?
I'm sure he wanted his dick to be.
Of course he did. And I was like, just tie my feet up. Just put oil on them. We're not going to do cum. Just do oil.
Are you sure? All right.
My God.
So you know what makes this even funnier?
Anybody who went to church with me, if you see this, please
Oh,
turn it off. Go ahead.
shit. Shout out to the congregation. We know y'all hoes
They're
too.
like, yo, yeah.
Congra hoes.
They're like, man, Ian done changed since he was a little boy.
Ooh, you're an adult now.
That's true.
Look, stocks.
Everybody
and
in the
pops.
church fucks. You
There
know
was
that,
a
right?
lot of bullshit going on in the church for real.
Of course.
Yeah,
It goes up and down.
I watch Greenleaf. I know. It's crazy.
Greenleaf fire though.
Greenleaf is so good.
Yeah, that shit good as fuck.
Mandii, you've been loving
Them,
this shit. I'm
them
about
church
to.
conferences.
You
though,
have
was
to, no,
wild.
Can we
Greenleaf
stop
is
talking
good.
about church and tell us if you've ever had a threesome?
Yeah.
In a threesome, curious to know, were you dating one of them?
No.
So how did it start? Because a lot of people ask us questions about how threesomes start for us, and I feel like Mandii and I, it's easy for us to have them. No offense, but just because we're already like.
Speak freely.
Hoes, go ahead.
No, I actually wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say horrible decisions shit. But then also like
I fuck on my friends.
But we be out a lot, like we be partying.
You fuck strangers. I fuck my friends. That's the difference. Whoa. Bro, you go
They're
to
not
the bar.
straight.
Oh my God, you're cute. My nigga's cute too. You want to join us? And then
They
you
are
fuck
not
them.
strange people.
They're strangers.
People that
anyway.
you just met.
Yes.
I'm not judging. I'm asking.
I'm not judging either.
It's a
but
question.
Do you feel attacked?
I do. They
Okay, let's
knew
take a moment to
me.
breathe.
I didn't say strange.
They
I
could be
said
watching
strange.
on YouTube right now.
And
Shout out to
y'all
Allie.
was strangers at one point. See?
Everybody was strangers at one point, though.
Okay, so anyway,
Not my friends.
when you had yours,
Yeah.
were they quote unquote strangers? Did you know them? Was it a college thing? How did it happen?
Yeah, it was like college. It was just like drunk being out. I think it was like sports, like the popular bar at the time.
Did you feel pressure to perform?
I mean, because I didn't know him, didn't care about him. So it was about me. It was different.
If you like gave a fuck about one of them, you're telling me you would have put a little more effort in?
I may have felt more pressure, but it's like when you're at college, you drunk, you having fun. You just having fun. Like I'm not like, oh my God, if I don't give my best dick ever, I'm gonna feel so fucked up. Like it's like,
I would.
why?
I'm definitely
If I
playing
got
my
two
best dick.
dudes
I'm
to like,
I'm
that
giving
would-
my best. Actually, I ain't gonna hold you. I did have 2 dudes. That's a lot of work.
Oh, I
So
would- I would
they didn't
feel
both
so
get
much-
100. They both didn't get 100% out of me. I ain't gonna hold you.
I thought you were high.
I mean, I was
Who
on
did
an
you get the
edible.
most effort to then? Or how you?
So
picked it?
that was the problem. My man that brought me into it at the time. So well, he wasn't my man. He was like
Bay.
friend.
Got you.
He was boo lover.
Got you.
That shit. He brought me in and I fucked him and his best friend. But I was so high at one point, I didn't know who was really fucking me. But then I noticed the friend's dick was great.
Okay.
So literally the problem was the friend's dick was good. So I was just making all these extra noises with the friend. And I was like, I was high. I didn't,
Who felt away?
Well, my friend at first thought that the best friend was doing something wrong. Like he was hurting me or something.
He was. He was, right? Yeah.
And he was, but in all the good ways. And
he thought you were hurt.
he was like, man, what you doing? And I was like, he's good.
If the dude say, what you doing?
Yeah, no, it was like
you got an extra stage left.
Like, and it was like the next morning, my friend, well, y'all know I ended up in an ice bath that night. The edibles really hit me.
No, retell the story.
Oh, no, well, okay.
It's a fun one.
So the edibles really hit me. Mind you, this was my first time really fucking the best friend.
You had to the ice bath?
No, so at the time he was in the NFL.
Okay.
So he brought me to fuck him and his best friend. And
that was why you came?
What?
Like, that's why you flew out?
Oh, yeah, I knew I wanted to do that. So
I thought this happened because you were lit.
No, we had already talked about it. It was
That's
kind of
better.
planned. And then when I saw him, he was nice. He was like wanting to take me to the food trucks. This is my first time in the city, I was like, oh. So anyway, he was just being real nice. So anyways, we were all supposed to go bowling that night, but they pulled out these edibles. Mind you, we on the West Coast. So they pull out these edibles from the freezer.
Yeah.
If there's edibles in the freezer, y'all better just leave them shits alone.
Yeah.
So because I had got high with him already before, it was literally a gummy bear. One fucking gummy bear. Mind you, the last time I was with him, he thought I was also gonna die because I was like, nigga, I smoke weed. So I took half a brownie, half a turtle, and a gummy.
Oh, what are
Bitch,
you
I was
doing?
out. So this time I was
God.
like, I'm just doing a gummy bear. So I took the gummy bear. We were supposed to go bowling. Next thing you know, I'm in the bathroom like, I'm crying, laughing.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't think we're gonna make it bowling. So let's just go in the room. So we go into the room and I start, doing what I do. And then the friend, we just start fucking. And the next thing you know, in the middle of fucking, he actually made me squirt. So maybe I needed my fluids, which is why
the friend?
The friend was making me squirt. And I was like, ah! And luckily, like my dude that I was with at that time, I think, not that he's a cuck, but I think he really enjoyed seeing me be pleasured. Yeah. But in the beginning, it was just like, hey, bruh, chill out. Like, don't hurt her. And I was like, I'm not being hurt. But at one point, I didn't even know who was fucking me until then in my high ways, figured.
That must be fun. You don't know who's...
But then, so when I got done, a bitch was exhausted because the bitch just took, football dick. These are big body niggas. So I'm exhausted.
They were both football dick?
Well, one didn't make it to the NFL, but he did play at one point in his life. At one point, that's where they met.
Cool.
And so I'm tired. So, bitch, I can't move. So they're like, Mandii. And they're going like this. Bitch, I can't move. I'm like, I'm hot. So they go and get ice packs out the freezer and put it on me. Bitch, I didn't even feel them bitches.
Wow.
And mind you, he was still in the league. He said, oh, bitch, you can't die here. Nigga, I'm still playing.
Yeah.
So nigga, they go and get the ice bags because we was drinking. So we had like ice, the cubes. Nigga, they had like a jacuzzi tub in the master bed. They just start running cold water and they pick me up. And it's like, nah, bro, you got to be alive. So they put me in the goddamn ice bath. And my niggas in there just talking to me, making sure like, you good, Mandii? Like he started bathing me and shit. I'm like, okay, I'm good now. It took a while. But yeah, so that was my threesome on edibles. Bro, never again.
You probably had that hypermesis.
That nigga would have been a legend though if he would have killed you that way though.
No, it would. No, that's not. He would not have become a legend.
Look at the text.
Look. I gave her his dick
those dicks
and killed her.
Yeah,
like, oh my God.
Nah, it was bad. And he was just like, hey, bro, all right, we're not going to do edibles the rest of the weekend. I said, please just bring my liquor.
Did you fuck him and his friend again?
So I was an awful lover. I ended up actually sleeping in the friend's room that night because I had my own room. We all had our own rooms in the house, and I snuck and went and started fucking the friend. And then that's the friend that also fell in love with me and wrote me a love letter, and then wanted to like be with me after this threesome. And I was like, I can't because I'm still fucking with this nigga, and this nigga look out for me, son. So I gotta keep fucking him.
Oh, yeah,
he gave it. I want
and
you.
He still look out for me to this day.
He's great.
He's one of the only niggas that remained a friend, even though I didn't talk to him during my relationship. I was like, I got a man now, so I can't really talk. And now we're back talking.
Hold on, wait.
What?
You went and fucked a friend while the other one was asleep. Why didn't you sleep with the other one if he was your boo at the time? Like sleep in the bed with him. Why?
You hear the performance he gave?
Because he's married. We didn't cuddle and shit like that. We all had our rooms in the house. He was married, nigga. We wasn't cuddling. We friends. Lovers.
Did he know you fucked the homeboy?
He knew.
A little bit after?
Yeah.
Was he mad?
No, he wasn't mad.
And it's because
I told him.
Okay.
But also I had to start telling him like, yo, your man's is like writing me poems. Like, so I'm sending him the poems. Like, your man's want me to come back out there without you. Like, I had to. But this was the second friend that did this.
Mandii B. And the B is for beautiful.
Don't do that. No, literally. Oh, it was. I might be able to find the poem. If I find the poem, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on Patreon. I'm sure I could find the poem. It was intense. He still, mind you, this happened maybe 5 years ago now. That nigga to this day texts me every birthday still. Happy birthday. Hope everything going good with you. I see you doing your thing. Still to this day. Damn. Bitch, that's why when I tell you this pussy good, baby. Like how you really want me and I fucked you and your friend and then chose your friend and you
in the ice bath.
And I almost died.
Man.
He said he had never felt that connection before.
What's the name friend talking about how I was a demon but I almost threw up, bitch. I think we be putting on our best performance.
We do. You got to put your best performance on moving forward.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, anyway.
Best performance.
So the only last one I had was for all of us to do since this is the baby daddy episode. Oh. You picked the hottest MILF. We picked the hottest baby daddy. Who do you think the hottest MILF on the planet is?
Hottest MILF? That's
Beyonce.
tough, man.
Really?
Beyonce.
I didn't even know you loved Beyonce like that.
I mean, I don't, but she fine.
She is. And she had a lot of them. And every time she pops another one out, she gets fine.
Who else had one?
Yeah, who else I thought is hot?
I thought you were going to say J-Lo. Little Latina lover.
J-Lo nice for her age, though. She bad.
She is nice for her age.
Yeah. What's J-Lo, 55, something like that? 50?
Yeah, she up
she
there.
55?
She up there.
Oh, wow, she looks great.
Yeah.
For a daddy, let me see.
Oh, my God.
Jason Momoa.
Can I be honest with you? I feel so fucked up to say this because he's married.
I don't give a fuck.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I believe in karma and I'm terrified. I want to have a family and I'm really scared if I ever fuck a married dude or do something like.
You never messed with nobody who married?
Like probably when I was younger and didn't even really know it. I've really tried not to. Yeah. My first real boyfriend I ever had, after dating him for 3 months, you remember how traumatic that was. I found out he was married. We had been on vacation together. Wasn't it 2 cities? Puerto Rico, New Orleans. Then I found out he was married.
How you found out?
He went to Hawaii on a work trip, but couldn't talk to me at certain hours. And oh my God, it broke my heart. And then they got divorced. And I really feel like when they got divorced, when we ended up together, that was my, I feel like it was my fault.
Yeah.
And I was only 18 years old. It was terrible.
Okay.
So now I feel like if that happens, I'll be fucked. Maybe that's why God made me a hoe the rest of the years. He's like, oh yeah, we go fuck you. But anyway, so for baby daddy, I didn't know how attractive LeBron was until seeing this person, and oh my God. And his wife is super cute in person too. She's hot and then they're really hot. And I was just thinking about all them kids. And then I started clicking on videos of him being a good daddy and I was like, oh.
But all the NBA players got kids, so I think the whole league fine. Actually, I'll take all of them.
Yeah, but that nigga look good.
How many are there in the league? That's 413. I mean, I got a year and a half of fucking if I fuck one a day.
Damn.
Mandii, what?
If we talk about baby daddies, all them niggas got kids, whether they know it or not.
413.
It's about that many, I think, in the league.
Yeah, 350, 400.
There's some white ones, so.
I ain't gonna hold you. Chandler Parsons, fine.
Yeah, he is.
Kevin Love, fine. Adam, something Adams. Oh, you don't know sports?
I don't think no man fine, so I ain't
Oh, my bad. Well, there's another guy that just looks like a Spartan. And I can't remember his name, but it's something Adams.
Well, I'll tell you this. Luka Doncic, whatever, that nigga, I don't know how he be shooting like that with a body like that. Why is he not in shape? Bro, I went to that Mavericks game because the Loverboy, when I was in LA, and I was like, nigga, this has got to be one of the worst. Normally.
But he's literally one of the best players in the league.
He's incredible.
I've never seen a.
But he's undoubtedly right now one of the top 5 players.
Which was crazy because I thought he was gonna be super ripped, and I was like, damn, he looked.
But James Harden is the same. He goes in and out of his body, and he's one of the best players in the league as well. Yeah.
Which is insane, right? It's really.
I mean, it's skill. You don't have to be ripped to do this.
I know, but you would. I don't know if I agree with that. I think you do have to be super.
Look at football players. Them niggas be
even
big.
Joker not in shape.
But they be hitting niggas in football.
Look how you sound. You sound.
Don't they? They be pushing them over.
That's what we
yes,
push
they
them over.
push them over. Yes, that's exactly what they do.
Basketball, you gotta run up, down, up, down.
I mean, but you could also cherry pick. You get breaks. There's water boys. Like you do get breaks. Like when niggas shoot free throws, there's a whole break happening. I could catch my breath.
Dog,
Nigga, all I gotta do is stand on the line.
All right, about baby daddies. Vanilla shit for this week. I saw a video that I thought was fucking insane. It came out a few weeks ago
That shit wild.
of a father tossing 80,000 pennies. Did you see this?
Yeah.
I was so happy that they were a white family. Oh, when I clicked on it, I was like, look, it's on the shade room. Let me see. So what started as an act of spite triggered a domino effect of kindness. The man's daughter says he pulled in front of our house, turned the trailer so it dumped out all the pennies. She was 18-year-old. He made his final child support payment in 80,000 pennies. How much is that?
800.
Or 800. Okay.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's only $800?
Yeah.
Nigga,
Oh, nigga.
Yeah.
well, anyway, they ended up donating every penny to a domestic abuse center.
Oh, that's smart.
They said next thing they know it was on CNN. It was on a Ring camera or something, which is how we all saw it. But it's just terrible. And then they got mad donations after that, $47,000. And people from all over the world are trying to uplift the daughter, saying this is like amazing. We want you to keep donating. And so they just keep helping her out. So
Some bullshit. Y'all can donate to something better than that. Goddamn.
so domestic abuse.
No, I'm talking about like,
Family.
but it's going to the daughter.
No.
Because of-
She's allocating it over and over and over.
But it's going to the domestic abuse. It's not going to her, right?
Right, but people gave her the money and she's not keeping anything.
Okay.
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 You know what I mean? So like
I'm fine with that.
basically she's like, oh, like whatever, fuck him, I'm gonna be fine. And so she's just trying to help out other families. But I did
During the pandemic, actually, if I'm not mistaken, there was an employer who paid someone their last check in pennies as well.
Damn,
This was
brutal.
during the pandemic. It was something petty, I guess, because they.
that's so
Later.
sick to me.
Yeah.
It's so evil and mean and
that's
nasty.
terrible.
Like dollar bills at least. Let me make it rain on these.
I do like making it rain.
Bro, I was in the bank the other day. I know this is really random, y'all. I'm so sorry. This is ADD. But white people are fucking insane.
Well, duh, they're colonizers.
This guy didn't want to wait online. I was at the Chase and Astor place. I guess he's a private client, so we started flipping out. And the lady was like, I'm so sorry, we're understaffed, and it's a Friday. We'll try to get with you in 10 minutes. He was like, I'm a fucking private client, so I can have someone take me whenever the fuck I want. So take all my money the fuck out of here. And like starts flipping out. And I was there while he was there the whole time.
That's some shit you would do, though.
Real quick.
No, for 10 minutes, bro.
Real quick. It was right. So it was a Georgia man. Andres Flatten's former employer dumped 90,000 pennies on his driveway as a form of final payment for his work at an auto shop.
That's crazy.
That's it.
And they have
Why?
the pictures. But yeah, this
Why
happened.
would they do that, though?
Because they trash. Oh, but this one happened.
91,500.
So I don't know how much money the dude had. I would flip out, like if I was like mad about something, but like I wouldn't start cursing at somebody, especially when it's staff. You could tell it's Friday.
Yeah, on Friday it's wild.
Security guard, this is something I didn't even know. I don't know how much money he had in his account, but he was so evil to everybody. They were like, fine, we'll take the money out. The security guard was like, no, there's not enough security in here to help you remove your money. And I'm here to keep the people in this bank safe and keep you safe. No, you can't take it out. The security nigga, bitch. I was crying. Girl, I didn't even want to leave the bank. I was sitting there cashing my little check like, let me wait. Girl, the security guard starts arguing with the dude. He's like, I can't keep you safe unless you want to call private security to take your money out. I have to keep the patrons and the employees of this bank safe. And if you walk in the street with money like that, you put everybody else at risk. He's like, no, you can't take it out. He's like, who the fuck are you to tell me I can't take it out? He was like, I ain't her and I ain't her. I'm telling you, you can't take it out. And he starts going off on the bank tellers, telling them, do not take his money out. And I don't know how many millions he had, but girl, that security guard said no. And what I learned was, I didn't know that was possible.
Girl, you should have went to console him. Like, I'm so sorry you were treated. Let me give you my shoulder, but you don't know how much fucking money that nigga had. He could have been a sugar daddy. If you would have consoled him in that
It
moment,
was
like
giving MAGA energy though, because the girl was black. So I was kind of like, everybody already hated him at the bank.
Okay.
But the one thing I will say that I didn't understand, there's a certain amount of security guards, I guess, per, what's the trucks with the money?
armor.
Not,
It's that
what's the brand?
blink, Brink.
Brinks truck.
Brinks.
Yeah.
Boom.
Brink truck. So whatever. They need a certain amount of security per, like, whether it's millions or 100,000. So that security guard, however much he had, they were like, nigga, no. So the dude starts flipping out. I was like, yo, I was some Karen
You
shit.
recorded?
No, because I was just like, I ain't want to be,
Bro, actually, recording is now like, you need to just do it every
plus, I didn't want him to start cursing me out. Plus, he was outside. And like, sometimes I be feeling like when niggas record shit, it's for the gram. And I was just like,
That's where we would. Where
the
else?
bank got
put it.
cameras, bitch.
But the bank ain't putting out what happened. We want to see it on social media.
I felt like, okay, if he hit the bitch, it's going to be on camera.
That would have been wild.
Anyway, let's talk about child support really briefly because we talked about the $80,000. Are you on child support?
Yeah.
You are. I have heard from some men that they don't want to be on child support because it puts them in the system. Like, are you happy to be on child support because you feel like it gives you a regular way of paying? Like, how do you feel about being on child support?
I think it's a misuse because I do so much for my kid anyway. And I pay so much for it. Like, shout out to my baby Xander. Like, Xander's an expensive ass kid. So, I think family court divorce law was a mechanism to destroy Black and brown families.
I disagree, but carry on.
Yeah, but so if you begin to put people in the system, now it's different if people aren't paying. But like anybody who knows me knows how much I have my kid, how much I do for him. I would make the argument if I wouldn't have been put in the system and his mom knew how I felt about being in the system, I would have gave more. But I felt like because the elevation began to happen, there was some disdain there. And this is like the only way that I can try and punish you.
But how do they decide how much? Can you talk about how much you pay?
That I won't do, but I would be happy. Like the 800 that he owed, I was like, I would bring that shit in a gift wrap box with chocolate.
Like I'm saying, I'm curious because aren't yours like capital gains? Like, how do they decide how much you owe?
It's still based on annual income.
Annual income, okay.
Yeah.
So.
But there's a cap in the state of Texas. Certain states don't have a cap, so it can run. Like I know some people that pay $20,000 per month. So when I saw that, I was like, I don't know his relationship with his daughter and family, but I'm like $5,000
a month for a millionaire. Who cares?
I mean, but it's also,
a week,
but I mean, I'm someone who received child support my whole life. I've had this conversation with my mom. My sister right now is filing for child support as well. So in terms of child support, I think one of the major misconceptions in people who haven't either been put into the system or gone through the process, how they do it now, and I'm not sure if this is Florida or New York, but how they do it now is they still do put into effect how much money the parent that would be receiving makes. So my sister, the same way you have to provide, the same way that the father has to provide all of his documents for income.
Parent that would be receiving. They want to know how much
they make, because there still is a percentage to where it's the overall aspect of it. So it's not solely just on, say he makes $100,000 and she makes $100,000. That means the percentage of what he may have to pay would be less than if she made $15,000. It's still a collective thing. So you may have to pay more if she can't provide more. Like it's still a percentage base. So they still want both parents' incomes. So I understand how it could be perceived as, oh, well, you just want it for personal gain. If in fact the mother receives significantly or makes significantly less than the father, then yeah, I'm taking you to child support because now I need this money. And the money, yes, may be going towards more things than just this child.
So here's an interesting question, because you're a generous person and dad, right? Yeah. Why say you would have gave more? Like, why? I know you want to give your son everything. You're that type of person.
Yeah, because
So what do you feel like your money is going? Like, why would it bother you to give more or less or whatever? That's what I guess.
Because she knew how I felt about the court system in general. Because I know 1 in 2 Black men in some way gonna end up in the court system. So because I'm not in any criminal court, so I'm like, okay, I escaped that. And I don't wait all this time to be in my 30s to have a kid to then end up, because I'm like, if you know how I feel, don't go that route. But then you have the influence of friends, family, you see a person elevate, and it's like, well, I think you can probably get this out of him because now he's doing X, Y, Z. So I know it wasn't, because if it was up to me, if there was no drama, I would do everything what I'm doing for Xander and would have provided more. And still, by the time Xander probably gets to... So
can I ask you a question then? Because I ain't gonna hold you. This triggering me.
What's it got to do with her?
Yeah, but no, because here's the thing. Outside of, and I hear what you're saying, I know men, and specifically also men in my family, who then throw that in women's faces all the time. Like, oh, well, you could have even been getting more. My thing is, maybe had you shown up and started giving, there wouldn't have been oh, well, let me go to the court to get it. Like
what if
a lot
I
of
was
times,
already giving and doing the most?
well, see, but that's the thing too.
Yeah.
When it's not court ordered, like my sister baby daddy was given shit early on, then just stopped.
Yeah.
And then was like, oh, well, I'm gonna send this. Then stopped. Like as a parent, now I'm literally at the will or having to ask you, hey, when you gonna send that? When you gonna do that?
But
When it's court ordered, it comes when it comes.
I don't doubt that you weren't always giving to Xander. My thing is like, I wondered sometimes because Ian's case, right? If Ian's had money this whole time, planned on having a kid, always has his kid, is giving his kid money. If a dad like that, who's financially stable enough to pay for his kid, I wonder if then somebody really wants child support because they want no ties with you. They don't want to have to ask you.
That's what I could see. That's what I could see.
I don't want to have to ask.
That's why I know you're bringing up the court system and how it now makes the baby mom a villain. But I do also.
I'm not saying it's a villain, but if I tell you like I've even had people that I didn't like that have hurt friends and my friends have hurt them, they didn't go to court, and it was like life. It's like certain rules I just have. Like even if somebody crosses me, like unless you put my kid in danger, I'm not gonna take somebody to court. That's just me though. But I tell everybody like this is how I operate. This is how things will go. But if I'm already doing, and everyone, I know everybody has two sides, but I know what I have paid and have been paying and been giving, and also what I put away, like not to, like if Xander doesn't want to work when he turns 30, he doesn't have to. That's off what.
Because it is true that when we talk about child support, it always makes women feel like shit. But also, in the same term, it's like we obviously are all, pro social justice and black men and women winning. But at the same time, it's like, for every homegirl I've had that's been with a nigga who ain't shit, which is difficult because maybe those men didn't have money to pay for their kid. Yeah. In turn with you, it's just like,
niggas got money.
No. I'm saying I'm
because
saying my homegirls have fucked with some broke niggas that be like, I ain't got it. With Ian, that's not the case. So it's interesting because those are always the one that goes on child support. And I feel like this is a different.
Who's the ones who always go on child support?
They're always having to beg these niggas for money. So it's like, fine, we have to take it out your check now. These are the instances and cases I've had with friends. They didn't have affluent baby daddies. Their baby daddies are always like, I ain't got this, blah, blah.
But also if there's not a relationship there and now maybe y'all have other partners, I understand why now I don't want to have to call you every motherfucking time I need money. Now I know I get this amount of money a week or this amount of money bi-weekly or monthly. Now that's the less that I have to talk to you. I know when you see your child, come and pick them up. But now financially, I don't have to call and ask you because realistically too, when you're not in the home with a child, and this is the thing that I always say about child support, because my daddy my daddy legit did not talk to me and my sisters
over child support,
over my mom wanting a raise. My mom was getting $400 for bi-weekly for two children. And we knew my dad made more. Yeah. So when my mom went to court to get more, because she's like, cool, you're buying them name brand shoes, I have to
That's $100 a week, right? Yeah. For a kid.
No, it's $400.
You said.
No, that was what she got total. $800 a month.
That's crazy. So
mind you, and at the time, yes, we're on Section 8. We have food stamps. But also, as we get older, I want to be in sports. I was playing violin. I was doing things. And yeah, he showed up and got us the name brand shoes. But that's the thing that I think a lot of fathers that are not in the home don't understand. My mom could only take certain jobs and take certain shifts because we were home.
Right.
She had to make sure we had someone to pick us up and take us from school. So her entire life, the amount of rooms in the house had to be more just because we were there. Yeah. So even when it comes to, a kid don't take that much, literally my entire life takes more because of these children that 9 times out of 10, the fathers they just think, the child support is for you. No, my entire life has changed because now I'm the sole provider of these children. And that was my experience. Yeah. Like
child support, like I didn't really, my parents are still together, but I didn't really understand it until I've grown older and had friends. And even at this age now, feeling guilty now with men that won't even speak to them, just trying to get child support. And
they feel guilty in what way?
Like having to be like, damn, I got to put this nigga in the fucking system.
A lot of women don't want to put y'all in the system.
Oh my God. One of my best friends, she tells me all the time, like, bro, like.
That story doesn't get told enough too.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, as far as like quote unquote baby mama drama, how How do you have dialogue with your 6-year-old about when things are tense with you and the woman you had a kid with?
I just tell them the truth. Like, if I don't see you, it's not because that's how I want it to be. I still want you to be respectful with your mom. But if it was up to me, I would see you every day. But,
how often do you guys split time?
So it's like every other weekend and then a couple days throughout the week. But, shit has challenges, man. Like, shit changes sometimes if she gets in a mood. Some games get played about restricting access and shit like that. So you have to adjust. But, like, some of the greatest advice my dad told me, like, when I was going through it, he was like, you had the money to pay, so pay it. It's not as if you have not been paying the same or more. So just provide, and then everything eventually will work itself out. It's tough. Like, so for me, it was just the audacity of being taken to court over when I know what I was already pouring in. And me being solid, like, you know me, like, I'll give over just because I fuck with you. Like, so if I give like that to you and people that we know, imagine for what I'm doing for him.
What about when it comes to men that are feeling like they can't spend enough time with their kid? What kind of, have you ever looked into court-ordered things or third parties? Like, what can you do to ensure that? You
got to lawyer up, and whatever you agree to in that paperwork, that is the paperwork.
So your paperwork, when you do child support, you mean? Mm-hmm. So what, like yours says every other weekend?
Yeah, you have to fight for what you want in that paperwork, or you have to be willing to go back. And that's the part about court that I don't like, because the funny part, like when we went to court, my lawyer and her lawyer were friends. So he would tell me shit behind the scenes like, yeah, after I'm done with your case, we're going on vacation together. So I'm looking at it like, and I respect the honesty, but as a business person, I'm looking at, if he has a caseload of 4 or 5 people and I'm paying 10 grand, somebody else is paying 10 grand, they're running this shit up.
Yeah.
Like crazy off of Black and brown families.
So it's like a business you're feeling like.
It's nothing but if family law and child support were one entity, it would be a Fortune 500 company. It's like billions of dollars put through the system. So I get for the people who won't pay, or like you said, if they won't pay for months and they're like skipping out on shit, but I see the business behind it. Like even going back into like the 1960s, like when they took the Black dad out of the home, and then like that was designed to get Black and brown families to like break up.
There's a lot of talk, like I recently saw in some posts and different shit about DNA tests at births. Did you see that? They were talking about, oh, should this be mandatory? It was like a Twitter thing that was going around. And basically,
well, there's now like you can do a DNA test while the baby's still in the belly.
Right, but they're saying should be mandatory. Like, it's like, girl, don't ruin my day.
You can literally because that's the thing too. A lot of women feel entitled to still get some sort of to be taken care of because maybe she can't finish out work. Definitely a lot of dancers. Yeah. Like once you reach a certain level of pregnancy, you can't dance. Yeah. So if you're in different industries like that where you can't show up to work because of your pregnancy, I know that there are now ways for the man to request a DNA test while the baby is still in there, because you are asking for some sort of support while you're pregnant. Okay. So there is a way actually to do a DNA test.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's
I can't make no money because I got your baby in here.
Right.
I fuck with that actually. So when it comes to like DNA tests them requiring them, what do you guys think? Do you think that should be something done?
I ain't gonna hold you. That's what happened with us. Like when my mom went to get more, he said, okay, before you get any more, DNA test everyone. Let me make sure these are all even my children. And clearly we knew but it got messy. We ended up having to do a whole DNA test and everything on all of us.
Damn.
Yeah. So
I looked up if mother's paying child support. Curious to know what you guys think the percentage is.
Mothers that pay child support to men? Mm-hmm. Probably less than probably 13%.
Well, most men don't have full custody. Yeah. So it depends what that stat is, because a woman's not going to pay child support if she has custody. And not many single parent dads have full custody of the children.
Yes,
there's not as many single dads.
I know. So I was asking, what do you think the percentage is?
13%. That'd be my guess.
What do you think?
I mean, a lot of women keep the kids, and it's easier in court.
Tell me what you think the percentage is.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm actually shocked at it.
I don't know.
16% of women pay child support to men.
He was close.
I did not think almost 85%.
Because probably 85% of
be like
probably
5%.
Because 85% of women keep the baby.
I know, but I thought it was going to be like way lower than that.
Oh.
It's just, we very seldom run into single dads. Now, I'm also curious. You call yourself a single father because you don't like the term baby daddy. Why is that?
I just call myself a father because I think when you say baby daddy, it means that the choice to have the child was unintentional. That wasn't the kid. Like Xander was playing.
I just think if we say baby daddy, we broke up. That's what I think. What do you think? When you hear baby daddy,
I'm very particular on how I'm labeled though. Like as a black man, as a business person too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like
baby
people,
daddy is a word that.
Yeah, to me, it describes unintentional, unprotected sex with somebody that you didn't know and was just fucking with, and it was accidental.
I mean, I think that that's the same with women in the baby mama title.
And it's always like they annoy. Like you feel like it's.
But what's
annoying.
crazy too is even
Beef and
the
touch.
connotation though. All of those when it's attached to women are always worse. Like, well, why didn't the man stay? Why he left you? Or there's a label of promiscuity on the woman, especially when there's multiple baby fathers. No one ever says when a man has 3 different kids by 3 different baby mamas. It's looked right over. But as a woman, there's a difference. And also, when a woman's labeled a baby mama, I think just again the value is deducted. The same as if she's even called a single mother. Yeah. If you're called a single father, there's almost praise to that. Like, oh, damn, that's what's up. A single mother doesn't even get praised in the same fashion that a man does when he takes custody. Like, and again, this is all growing up in a single parent household and witnessing this. Like, I have a lot of not only trauma and experience with how all of it manifested, but now that I'm an adult and my sister is now going through the system, like I do, and it's because the nigga not trying to show up because he feel like, oh, well, I got 4 other kids to take care of. So maybe you shouldn't have laid down with this one, bitch. Pay the motherfucking dollars and now I don't want to deal with you.
Is
like,
that
it's
women
crazy.
will always be blamed like, well, you had a baby with him. And it's like, yo, I've dated men with kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I decided to have a kid with that one in that relationship that was in, like, fuck, now it's my goddamn fault. Like, it's just strange. I agree with you how women are always blamed, but I think that sometimes there is an interesting side to men that want to be better dads. And I honestly think it's a small percent. I feel like we mostly know women that are going through the hardest time with a baby daddy.
That part.
Time and money. You know what I mean? But I also didn't know that it had to do a percentage. About how much they make. Okay, let's get to the home mail. Y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Wait, we there already? For real? Damn. We was talking?
Zooming through.
Shit. What's the time on that?
Can you cut that out?
Shit.
I don't want people thinking that we're just put a little mark.
Oh.
But it is plus the 5. So, home mail. Hey guys, a little backstory to my now uncomfortable situation. 7 years ago, I had a new neighbor move in the house next door. Off the bat, I fell in love, pictured us getting married and everything just because of the way our relationship hit off. That's me, girl. I hit it off with his cousins, and he would always make comments about my friendships with them. Fast forward a few years ago, and he chooses someone else over me, gets married, and moves on. And naturally, I stopped hanging around the family because it was awkward, and now his wife doesn't like me, so we haven't spoken in 2 years. And then it just got worse. I started talking to one of his cousins. They aren't the closest, and he used to always tell me he had feelings for me and hated when I talked to his cousin. The other night I had a night of drinking and hanging. We fucked. And after finishing, in the middle of cleaning, he says, "Don't you regret choosing my cousin over me all these years ago?" I was speechless and I didn't know how to answer. It's been a week now and he turned into a cocky asshole, bringing it up whenever he can. Do you think that he used me to one up his cousin? And how do you think I should take it? Side note, as I was writing this, I literally got a DM from my best friend saying my neighbor DM'd her asking if she knew why I was hanging out with the cousin. What are they playing at? Do you think that the cousin revenge fucked her or he really had feelings?
I think he had feelings, but he just,
I don't think there was feelings at all. They said they went out and they was drunk.
He said, I've had feelings for you for years. That's what he said.
I think he gaslighted her to get in some pussy. I don't think it was a revenge thing, but if he's being a cocky asshole now and rubbing it in,
he was
I
probably
think
insecure that his cousin got to her first.
But also they went out and were drunk. So I think he just also said what he needed to say in that type of environment to get some pussy.
I agree. And there's one other thing I wanted to bring up about this. So when it comes to fucking homeboys, do y'all think, because I really do believe this, they be wanting to be better than a friend, especially when they know, let alone a cousin, let alone a homeboy. Like, I really do believe there's this little thing where it's just like, I got it too.
I don't think they care.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Do you think?
And I done crew loved a couple times. Like, I don't think any of them have been like, ooh, was my dick better than his? Like,
you don't think men compete with each other? Look at all the like rappers that date the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like,
I mean, I think that's to stroke their own ego, though.
Yeah.
I just want to know that I could fuck the same bitch as a Kanye or something like that, because now it makes my ego better. But I don't
Right.
think
you don't think
men
that
really.
shit weird when they do that though?
Oh, I think it's weird
hell
as
yeah.
fuck. I
Fucking
think it's
crazy.
groupie as fuck. But I also don't think niggas are like, oh, let me outperform my homeboy with this bitch. I think it's just like, if we fuck the same bitch, we fuck the same bitch. May the best win. Hunger Games. May the best dick win.
So I be forgetting that I fucked a friends. I totally forget about it because they were such a large span and they aren't friends anymore.
Large span of time.
Yeah, like it was maybe like 4 years in between it.
Gotcha.
And then they ain't fuck with each other anymore. Some hood nigga shit like they beefing and want to shoot each other. But anyway, Florida niggas. One of them asked me recently when I was in Florida that, no, he didn't ask me. He was drunk. He's like, I know you fucked so-and-so.
Nah, I hate when they do that.
And I was like, who told you that? I didn't even say no. Like, who told you? And he was like, I already know a few bitches that fuck with him. All of them tell me my dick is bigger. And even though it was bigger,
He did not say that.
it bothered me
That was lame.
so
That's lame as
fucking
fuck.
much, bro.
He
Because
hating
to
on his
me,
homeboys, what he doing, and that's lame.
That's how I feel.
That's lame as fuck. You should have been like, you old pussy ass, lame ass nigga, right to his face since you in Florida.
You
Oh,
right.
pussy ass nigga, that's some lame ass
Opalaka
shit.
boys don't play though.
I felt so.
That's lame.
Yeah, it
I felt
is.
so fucking small because I was like, this nigga really.
You feel like he
kinda-
used you?
No, because I fucked him first. But the
Okay.
point is like, nigga, like, huh? Like,
That's lame.
first of all, it was his dick was bigger, but the homeboy had better dick. If you know what I'm saying, he was eating pussy better.
Did you tell him that?
No.
No.
That was your time to be a real ass
You a
bitch. You
soul
a fuck about a
taker, though.
nigga.
See, she-
No, that's
you
where you
nice.
gotta be like, well,
Oh, we done.
actually, I ain't
That's
gonna
the
hold you
conversation.
because the way that nigga ate my pussy, and you might be able to learn a
'Cause
few
you know
things.
I got an
Because you know that's me. I'm
whole Karen voice. I was like, we had sex 8 years ago. And you
You want to be
for-
diplomatic about it.
Yeah, you wanna be diplomatic.
That I'm gonna
Yeah.
remember that your dick was bigger, and for some reason, you want to tell me that other bitches have said it. So basically, every woman that you've slept with has went and fucked your cuter homeboy.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. That happened to me. And it wasn't, I guess, a revenge fuck, but one of the niggas that I was really in love with, and I talked about him on the show, so I ain't gonna say his name, but I ended up fucking his college roommate. And the college roommate got a smoothie in the morning. So when he tried to come at me and shame me for fucking his college roommate,
Were they roommates when you were fucking them?
No.
Okay.
My nigga was in the league now. This nigga wasn't, but he was playing ball overseas. But we ended up fucking this was when I lived in Miami. So this is how long ago it was. So we fucked when I was living in Miami and the dick was good. So of course, years later, the nigga that I was still fucking with tried to throw it in my face. Like, yeah, and you did this. And I had to be like, listen, as awful as that was, I ain't gonna sit here and say I regretted it because the dick was actually good. And I told him to his face, like, I know you're trying to sit here and slut shame me because I fucked your friend, but we weren't talking. I didn't think we would still continue talking, and the dick was good. So whether you're trying to slut shame me or throw shade at your friend, we both enjoyed it because he's still trying to get it. So I don't know where this is going, but I let him know straight up, like, you're not gonna shame me. And I think that it's real whack that he sat there and kind of tried to throw shade at his homeboy.
I know.
Like, that's whack.
That's what
Dudes be hating a lot though.
They be haters.
do. They hate all
Pillow
the time.
talking ass niggas.
And all the time, like, women are so much in the fucking middle of that shit, and it's just annoying. Like, can I get some dicks? Damn. Anyway, Ian, tell the people where to find you.
You can find me on IG at the Master Investor.
What is your OnlyFans account?
I don't have an
Oh, okay.
OnlyFans.
All right.
Masturbator.
Don't play me. You been coming for me all week. Man. Nah, a little bit. Joinredpanda.com. You can find me on Market Mondays with my guys. Troy and Rashad. Shout out Mike. Bam, everybody over there.
Give us a little horrible decisions code for your stock people.
We need to do that for real.
What we gonna make it? Let's make it WD.
Yeah, make it. You create that, right?
Make it horrible.
So make a
the code
code
horrible.
right now.
I'll give
And,
you all
well,
this time,
and let them know what
get a
this
percentage,
platform
yeah.
is. Let them know what Red Panda is.
Red Panda is like the easiest platform ever to know how to invest. So if you've never invested before, I'll tell you where to get in, where to get out, what to buy, what stocks are trash, what to leave alone. I made you a little bit of money, so you can tell.
And he gonna let you know how to make more money than your baby daddy that ain't trying to pay child
I
support.
will
Big
tell y'all
facts.
this. Ian is
That's
hilarious.
a fucking genius, right?
Shut up.
Yeah, tell him. No, let me talk my shit.
Okay. Yes, like, so I'm in the Red Panda Club and I've like learned, and really it was I joined over quarantine and I started teaching myself how to invest. And I will just say this is fucked up to say because Ian was like, oh, you guys should learn how to do your own stuff and like you should know what you're doing. Like if I'm ever not around, but basically saying like know where your money's going. And I will tell y'all this. That shit is very hard to do. And there's a reason I had to pay to get in this club because a bitch tried to just take a little bit of a guess at what was going to make me some money and it didn't. So my shit was up until I started making my own choices. And so now I just basically click on this little Telegram chat he got. And when he tell you what numbers to get in.
What did you invest in that didn't work? Big tip for the entire whore hive. You know I fuck with y'all. Hold everything for at least 5 years.
BlackBerry during the fucking game.
Really?
No, but it surged. AMC, but I made money on it because I just sold it.
Okay,
but
that's a good trade.
BlackBerry was at one point supposed to come back.
It was just going crazy. The GameStop time. Stock shorting type shit.
But when I had you get in Tesla and Shopify and Match and all that shit last year though.
I didn't get in Match, but Tesla was really my money maker. I probably made like 10 grand on Tesla just last year's numbers alone from like a few. And then I jumped in back in when it hit $400 and like I really get in at good times. One that I did on my own, I did okay with.
Tell me.
Uber.
You did good on that.
Moderna, Ian told me to get in at. My Apple ain't really doing nothing, but I will tell you.
Give it 2 years.
Apple you just keep. Apple's one of those you just keep.
I have
forever.
40 shares at Apple. But Microsoft, I'm up on that. And then I bought a bunch of little medical stocks that niggas was talking about online. And I fucked
That's so funny. Those are the ones Troy suggested. He said you get two something and one. There we go. There we go. So yeah, me and Troy were talking about that.
Yeah, shout out to my guy.
But no, like it was really fun to like learn. And right now I just don't have time, so I just be clicking on what that nigga posts in the chat.
You don't have to learn because like especially for women, like
that's what we pay for.
especially
We
as business people,
just tell me.
You have to have that money working for you. So while you're working on other ventures, even if somebody does bad business, like there's money there. I always tell people like put the money into the companies and CEOs that are better than you and have them. And I know everybody online think that they have a perspective. It's not from a place of ego, but most people who talk about investing, they haven't been doing this shit long and then they have no money. Like, so when I ask people like, okay, they'll tell you, hey, you should invest in this. I'm like, are you free? That's the only question you should ask. Are you financially free? If not, they don't know. It just be a lot of, cause like investing now is a new hustle. The rap shit didn't work. So everybody want to come up, well, if you get this, and I'm like, bro, no, like, you don't have enough money, like, and that's why even like investing for Xander, if you have kids, please put every dollar you can in for your kids. Like Xander's 6, probably by the time he's 12, he should probably be up $1.5 million.
Well, even if we're not financially free, investing is still okay.
Even more important,
right?
Because like you can buy all the stuff that you want to in the world, but like we often buy a lot of luxury shit because we're not where we want to be financially.
Can I ask you real quick too then, as someone listening to this episode now and they're like, oh, well, I actually do want to invest, but I know I'm still in debt. What would you say to someone? What would you say to someone who maybe has a heap of credit card debt or student loans? Should they not work towards paying those off before investing? What would your advice be to them?
Invest first and then the second half pay off the debt. So if you only have $500, I would split it. Because like Visa is going to be rich regardless. American Express is going to be great. Student loans don't give a fuck about you.
They don't. They ain't never getting their money.
Like
they just wrote me like, I think we need your updated number and address. No, bitch, y'all ain't gonna find me.
Ever.
Bye.
Send it somewhere, Oklahoma.
You know, send that shit somewhere.
Because like even if you pay off all your debt and I'm debt free, but being at zero, what happens when you go debt free?
Well, I was gonna say that's the thing too. If you pay off all your credit cards, now that even works against your credit in an odd way. You got to keep at least 30%. 30%. 30%.
And keep rotating and keep paying. And then
keep paying, yep.
If you have an emergency, then you go back into debt. People will miss out on 10 years of growth trying to pay off debt. And then it's like you could have been up.
Mandii and I actually just talked about that on the Sex Sales episode about how like if the fucking interest ain't accruing at least, like what's the fucking point?
What's the point?
You know, if it's set, if it's fixed rate, fuck.
Well, but that's too. I come again from not only a single parent household, one with not much financial literacy. I was one of the first people in my family to go to college. Yeah. So also me quitting my job, my focus was having a savings account. Yeah. Good God, me having a savings account is a big deal.
Big accomplishment.
That's a huge accomplishment for how I grew up. Yeah. So that was of course, my focus. And again, through quarantine, that was, and just talking to people, they're like, it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
And it's not doing anything. You can at least take a third of it, invest it, and let that make money for you, because right now it's just sitting there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And if you do half and half, like you get to a place where you're comfortable.
Nigga, I took a third.
Yeah.
Half was a lot. Like, can we do 30%?
Sure.
Yeah,
33 and a third.
But once you find things that grow, like same thing, like
Half.
I was like,
You
nah.
remember that from Bad Santa?
I was like,
Shout out to Bernie Mac.
yeah, we gonna do a third.
But if you get some good stocks that'll make you, like with Moderna, like for those in the stock club who got in last year, they're up like 500% off Moderna.
Right.
So it's about what you invest in. Now, if you're only gonna get 7%, I see why you wouldn't want to invest half. But for all creators, especially, I want creators to be in a space where they can create and not get robbed. So then if you invest money into the market, no one can really tell
Bro,
you.
get us another Moderna, bro. I got that shit at $70. That shit at $202 today, okay? Tell us
And
the
if
next
you would have
Moderna.
spent anyway.
Shut up, Ian. Anyway,
Okay.
use the code
The
horrible.
next Moderna is horrible decisions. We about to go public on you,
Come on,
bitches.
injected, bitch.
Ew.
I want you
I'ma
guys
find
to
out
read
about
the
it.
description in the bio to tell you a little bit about it and what the code horrible will get you. And then check us out on patreon.com/horrible decisions. For $5 a month, you get all of the bonus episodes, including a town hall. For $15 a month, you get the merch and the video.
The whore high be fucking too. So for y'all fellas who trying to.
They do. Wait, are you?
No, I'm not in a whore high, but some of my guys, like after I did the first one, I was like, bruh, I went to Tulum and got it. I was like, damn, for real? So fellas, if you need.
Oh yeah, no, I told you. No, we
The
have
whore high
group
be
chats. Our
busting.
Patreon,
Oh, the Discord.
they be
Yeah.
ready to like. They be looking for dick and pussy all
Girl,
up through
I
there.
almost went in there drunk the other night and I was talking shit. And I was like, let me not. I'm done with fucking fans.
I ain't even gonna tell you. So we do have. Hopefully, I'm gonna lock him in.
Probably do it again.
We have an upcoming episode with finally a black man who enjoys being pegged. And after the last town hall, I mentioned it. Bitch, 5 of our patrons was like, "Oh yeah, we ran a gangbang on him." Like,
oh, yeah.
yeah. So like, they already knew who he was and everything. I was like, well,
Hoes be knowing hoes.
hoes be
Look at
knowing
you,
hoes. Ian, you got some hoe ass friends then. All right.
A couple of them are.
Peace, y'all.
Love y'all.
Bang. It's bonus bitches.
Morning.
What it
Yeah.
do?
Let me tell you about how he doesn't have a name, but my LA nigga basically was like, bitch, you got me fucked up last night.
Oh, you're coming in spicy with it.
It ain't that spicy, but it's just like,
Why? He has you fucked up in what way?
I have him fucked up. Now,
Oh,
everyone knows I love Brent Faiyaz. And Brent Faiyaz has been doing a party called Wasting Time Wednesdays. So I hit up my LA nigga and I was like, yo, we out. Like, we go out, right? So he's like, nah, like, you know, my weeks be crazy. I was like, damn, like, we gotta fuck to Brent. We gotta get some Brent going. So I did forget that he does know Brent. And I mean, I didn't really forget, like, I knew it, but like, let me just explain. I'm not like a fan, like, I want to fuck the shit out of Brent Faiyaz. I just love his music. I would say like a J. Cole thing for you, right? Like, you never really be like, that nigga's so fine. You just love his shit.
right.
So then I start playing it. I'm on FaceTime and dancing around or whatever. He was like, why do you keep like playing this nigga's shit, talking about how you want to fuck me? Like, you know I'm cool with that nigga. And I was like, does it matter? Like, cause I want to fuck you to this nigga's shit? Like, are you serious? And he's like, every time like you send me music or like you try to get sexy with me, you keep playing Brent, yo. And he's like, it's fucking awkward. And he was like, and you be on this nigga's dick all over Twitter. And like, you know, I fuck with the nigga. I was like, yeah, I know. And he was like, no, Weezy. So like a week ago, he was chilling at Brent's house. They were just smoking or whatever. And he's like, yo, like, what about if I talk about you? And the nigga click on your shit and it's like, God damn, I want to be with Brent right now in all caps on Twitter. And I was like, it didn't say that. Do you think where is there a line where you sound like a groupie and then where you could actually be a fan? And also, excuse the fuck out of me if I like playing music to a nigga you knit. Sorry, I masturbate to it. Been a masturbation playlist for the last 2-3 years now. And I'm not ashamed of the shit. But like, now I gotta be wrong. And then he's like, yo, like when you get here, if we go out and I'm around this nigga, like how the fuck you about to be acting? And I was like, yo, what do you think I'm gonna do? Trying to suck his dick in the car? Like, no, I just like his shit. But
I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, to me, I immediately went to thinking insecure. Like, that nigga's insecure. He's projecting his insecurities. But then I did go to thinking, like, nah. Like, 24/7 is not played in the car at all with my nigga. And I mean, I even remember going all the way back to one of my ball players. We would watch these YouTube videos of people singing covers. And he ended up fucking with a bitch. That was on one of the YouTube videos we was watching one night. So like, I would never want to see that again.
Okay. And I do be standing.
I mean, well, yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, there's a difference with all of that. I mean, it's weird because most people don't have these close proximities to people.
I know.
But I mean, if that's someone as well, because you do go out in LA and he knows that at any moment you could run into this nigga. And if he's not there, he doesn't know how you would act. I wouldn't want no one gassing or sweating about my friend either. Okay, here's a way to think about it. Remember when you went on the date and someone had to ask you how Kiki and Medina were, or whoever was in person?
I don't know where I saw him at, Mandii, but I saw that nigga recently.
But I'm trying to like...
No, I know.
I'm paralleling it. You don't want to hear about someone that you're with fanning over someone you really know. Out of respect for them. It's not even, you could be a fan, but if he's already...
That's fair.
But if he's already said, hey, that's my nigga, and you fanning for him makes me uncomfortable, out of just pure respect for him, just don't do it. Like
I didn't know, Mandii. I didn't know that he had a problem with it until last night.
I mean, but if he's like kind of hinted like, yo, why? That's my nigga, chill. Last night, he made it like adamant because maybe he felt like he's told you enough times, yo, chill out on that nigga.
He said to me before, because he was like, you feel like we never had this conversation before? I was like, nah.
Exactly.
I really thought he was playing with me when I would be playing Brent. And we've been around each other and he'd be like, God damn, you love this nigga. And I'd be like, yeah.
Like, I don't